The Miami Heat finally beat a good basketball team last night in the Minnesota Timberwolves to improve their record to 4-5 on the year. And although it's been a interesting start for the Miami Heat, one thing is abundantly clear, and it's that this man right here, Tyler Herro, is starting to take the leap that Heat fans thought was possible over the past 2 or 3 seasons, and it's been absolutely awesome to watch. This is the Heat Report by Chat Sports. I'm Nic Rohloff. We're going to detail why Tyler Herro has had so much success and what this looks like long-term for Miami. But I want to show Tyler some love. Show your support for number 14 by hitting that like button on today's video. If he's scrolling across YouTube on his off day and sees this video, I want him to know that Heat fans have his back and are liking what we're seeing in this early hot start from him. So hit that thumbs up icon. And when you look at the Heat's first 9 games of the season, yes, it has been quite frustrating in terms of how up and down, struggles in the third quarter, but it's one thing is abundantly clear, and it's that Tyler Herro has been your best player. He's been the most consistent, night in, night out, as well as making sure he's available in every game so far. And he's making that jump that Heat fans thought was possible after watching him his rookie year and watching him ball out in the playoffs in the bubble. Yes, he had a down year in his sophomore season, but then won Sixth Man of the Year in his third year. Had a couple down years in back-to-back seasons. Although he averaged 20-plus points per game, he didn't have the impact that Heat fans thought he could have, even though he was a 20-point-per-game scorer. And then obviously last year only playing in about 41, 42 games. This season, it has been a different player. And although, yes, he's been the best player, that might be a bad thing, which we can have that conversation at the end of today's video on why he might be performing the best in this new look Heat offense from Erik Spoelstra in comparison to a Jimmy Butler or Bam Adebayo. And when we have talked about this on a live show, that Tyler Herro, it's awesome that he's been your best player, and I love it. But it's probably meaning you're not going to be that good of a team in terms of winning a title. But we still need to give this young man his flowers because he's changed his shot profile. He's changed the way he plays on the offensive end as well as the defensive end to get tailor-made into this new look offense from Erik Spoelstra, and it's paid off dividends. This season, he's been on a different planet in terms of efficiency and scoring. Like 23 a game while averaging 5 rebounds and 5 assists, shooting 51% from the field and a ridiculous 45% from 3. And this is over the first 9 games. If you just take away the first 3 games of the season and look at his last 6, this now gets bumped up to 26 points per game while shooting 55% from the field and 50% from 3. He has been on a absolute heater. And the reason why I see this change from Tyler is because his role has changed. And we have seen over the past 2 seasons a lot of Heat fans call for Tyler Herro to be traded. I was one of them in the offseason saying that Tyler probably should be moved on from because I don't know how he fits long-term with this group and Terry Rozier on this roster. Well, they changed the offense and changed his role to almost fit him perfectly to a T, and if I knew they were going to change the offense to this, I would have never wanted them to trade Tyler because right now they're not using him like they use Duncan Robinson, but I have always said if you took the ball out of Tyler Herro's hands less. You took it out of his hands a little bit less and allowed him to play more off-ball, movement shooting. He would be able to be more efficient and be more impactful, productive player like Duncan Robinson. Because Heat fans wanted Duncan to go in the starting lineup alongside Terry Rozier last season near the end of the year when Duncan was playing well and before he got hurt and Herro returned. And I understood that. But I always said that if they just used Herro in that same role as Duncan Robinson, you could roll the tape a year ago, you would find me saying that he will do the same things as Duncan Robinson, just at a higher clip if used off-ball more rather than trying to be the initiator and playmaker for this Heat offense. And yes, he has still been an initiator. Yes, he's been a playmaker, averaging 5+ assists in the pick and roll. But it's been less of that. It's been less dribbles, less isolation for Tyler, more catch and shoot threes, and then using that pump fake and leveraging it into dribble drives to where then he could now kick after driving baseline and collapsing the defense, finish at the rim, or lob it up to Kel'el Ware or Bam Adebayo, which we saw yesterday against Minnesota. This shot profile from Tyler is absolutely fantastic, and it's been the change. And if you're on Twitter, you have seen a lot of people talk about the difference in where he's getting his shots from. And they have made an emphasis this season at eliminating the mid-range jumper and focusing on 10 feet and in the paint shots, floaters, layups, and then specifically three-point shots. And through 9 games, look at this. It is absolutely incredible. Hang it in the love, whatever the hell they freaking call it. I don't even know how you pronounce that word. The Louvre, it's a French word. I don't know. I'm not French. But either way, you see it. That he's only taken about 5 or 6 shots outside of the paint, inside the three-point arc all season long. It's been a focus on three-point shots, and at the rim, he's been an improved finisher too. The Heat as a team are not a good layup shooting team. They're actually last in the NBA at finishing in the restricted area on layups. But Tyler Herro has improved himself on that level, and it's been fun to watch because when Tyler Herro is playing good basketball offensively, it gets parlayed into his defense, which it should not be like that. You should always bring the energy defensively, and then the offense just is an added bonus to it. But Tyler's a energetic player. He is someone that feeds off energy from the home crowd, from his own play, from his teammates making highlight plays. And when he is going right offensively, it helps him be more active defensively as well. He's been a little bit better deflecting the basketball, getting his hands in the passing lanes. Still not a perfect defense. He still gets targeted quite a bit by opposing players and forwards, which it's not his fault because he's just simply not built to be a good defender at 6'5", 6'6", with a negative wingspan. It's just not who he is, but he's been better on both ends because it starts with his shot profile and how efficient he's been on the offensive end. And right now, he's playing at an all-star caliber level. Should Tyler Herro be an all-star in February, playing in San Francisco at the Chase Center, whether it is this season, type Y for yes or type N for no? I'll be honest, I think he absolutely will be an all-star if he continues to play at this level and is healthy. I know there's a lot of good guards in the NBA, but Tyrese Maxey's hurt. Paul George has not been good to start this season. Yes, there are other guards still playing at a very high level, but if Tyler Herro continues this play and is averaging 23 plus at the deadline or in late January when you really start to get those votings and coaches, I absolutely could see him being someone on the reserve team. Remember, there's 13, 14 people that make the all-star team, and Herro is absolutely playing at an all-star level and is in rare company right now. We looked at his stats and how shooting 50% from the field, averaging 23 plus points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. There are only 4 players in the NBA doing that on 50% from the field efficiency. Look at the names on this list. It's Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nikola Jokic, LeBron James, and Tyler Herro. Is Tyler as good as these 3 guys? No. Is he as impactful as these 3 guys? No. But the fact that he is in a category that is only filled with these 3 guys, MVP type players, top 25, top 30 players of all time, and top 10 players in the NBA right now, just shows you how rare we are seeing this Tyler Herro play. He has never played better in his entire NBA career than the first 9 games of this season. It's been awesome to watch and why I think he should be an all-star. More on Tyler Herro in just a second, but we are sponsored by DraftKings, the best sportsbook and casino out there, official partner of the NBA, and I couldn't be more happy that they're sponsoring and hooking up us here at the Heat Report. The NBA is finally back. A new season means new ways to get into the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Who's draining threes from beyond the arc? Who's crashing the boards and grabbing rebounds? Get behind your favorite players and the prop bets you can make on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. First time, new DraftKings customers bet $5, get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Every point counts with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code HEATCHAT. That's code HEATCHAT for new customers. Get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gambling resources, see dkng.co/bball. And the first day of the NBA Cup is actually tomorrow, November 12th, and I already got some plays in for the first day. I think the Heat go into Detroit and win, and I think they win by more than 2.5. And I got Minnesota going into Portland and winning by more than 9, and Boston defeating their opponent by 13 plus as well. Because remember, folks, point differential matters in the NBA Cup, so teams will not take out their starters late in games. They will try to win as much as big and possible. Lines and odds are subject to change, but make sure you do get started with DraftKings today. Download the app, create an account, and use code HEATCHAT to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place a $5 wager. Shout out to DraftKings. And you might be wondering why the change for Tyler Herro has just been so effective this season. Well, it's really because of that spot-up three-point shot and playing more off-ball, which we detailed in very much detail in the beginning portion of this video, because his efficiency in catching and shooting the three-point shot has allowed him to then get by defenders as they commit, leave their feet on pump fakes, and allows Tyler to get inside the arc, collapse the defense, and either kick out or finish himself. He is 27th in the NBA in points per possession efficiency on spot-up three-pointers at 1.39. That is in the 86th percentile, essentially. But the part that is so important for me is the frequency. Sure, 17% might seem like a lot. It's actually not. When you look at the leaders in terms of points per possession and spot-up efficiency and the percentile, most of them have a frequency percentage of higher than 17%. So Tyler is having an unbelievably good season in terms of his spot-up efficiency, and he's not even doing it as much as some other players. Now, it's a big jump and step forward for him personally, because his frequency hasn't been this much in the previous 5 seasons of his career, but he's in such a high category right now and so efficient that he's in the top of these statistics while he's not even doing it or he's only doing it 17% of the time. Some of these guys are doing it 30, 26% of the time. And something to note as well is that I think they've changed the offense, and it's just benefited Tyler more. And we talked about this a little bit at the beginning. It's like Tyler has been the main beneficiary of the new offense because they have really honed in on eliminating the mid-range jump shot, the 15, 18-footers, which the Heat led in shot profiles as a team last season. And it's the reason why I don't think the Heat have been that good offensively in the past couple of seasons. And now you might say, well, they're still not good offensively this year, and you are correct. But when you change offensive philosophies for a team running it back for the most part, it's going to take some change and getting used to. And I think that's why we've seen Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo struggle so far early in this season, because they're used to living in that 15, 18-foot jumper range. And this Heat offense doesn't want that to happen anymore. They want more shots in the paint, want more threes, and it's eliminating both Bam and Jimmy's best assets, but it's helping Tyler and his best asset as this team. And you've seen it reflected specifically in Bam Adebayo. Jimmy still has all right numbers when he actually wants to shoot the basketball and play, but Bam has not been good this year offensively. Only averaging 14.8 points per game would be the lowest since his first couple seasons in the league. But the part that is so startling to me is that efficiency. He's shooting 38.6% from the field and 18% from three. He had back-to-back games where he only made 5 shots and 16-plus attempts. I believe on Wednesday against the Suns, Friday against the Nuggets, he went 5 of 16, I believe. And against the Suns on Wednesday, he went 5 of 21. So, Bam has really struggled in his efficiency. And I think it's because he's a little bit lost on here in terms of where he should be, what his role is in this new offense that is trying to eliminate that pocket pass, pick and roll, pull-up mid-range jumper that he has been so effective in over the past couple of seasons and what has elevated him into a top player in the NBA. And before we round out the show, I do want to get your thoughts on Bam. Are you worried about him offensively? Or do you think he will ultimately figure it out and be fine? Type W if you are worried. Type F if you are fine. Let me know your thoughts on Adebayo down below. I will say I'm split 50-50 on the matter. I'm concerned, but I also trust someone of Bam's caliber to eventually figure it out. And it is only an early 9-game sample size. Remember, last year when Terry Rozier got traded to Miami, his first 10 games were atrocious, shooting under 35% from the field and under 25% from three, yet he finished the year shooting 43% and 36% respectively for the Heat in those 30 games. So there's a lot of time for him to make it up, but it does look like Bam has lost his identity a little bit offensively. Not feeling as confident in pulling up in that mid-range area off the pick and roll, which he felt so easily ready to do last season. But to be on the other side of this, and yes, I do think Bam has lost his identity a little bit, but there's still a lot of shots he's taking within 12, 13 feet from the basket that he's just flat out missing that he shouldn't be missing. And that's why I don't want to completely blame Bam's slow start on this new offensive philosophy and it being catered a little bit more to Tyler Herro, Duncan Robinson, and Terry Rozier, because Bam still should be making some of these shots. And it goes back to the point that Miami isn't a good team in the restricted area and a good team shooting layups inside. Bam needs to figure it out. He needs to get back to his confident self offensively. I trust him to do so, but right now it just doesn't look that clean for him, and it's a little bit upsetting. Let's hope that turns around because the Heat, if they want to be a good regular season team and not playing in the play-in for the third straight year, they're going to need Bam to step up as well as Jimmy to help complement Hero or just get a better pecking order of Bam, Jimmy, Tyler coming in at that third spot. All right, that's going to do it for today's show. Make sure you are subscribed because we're still bringing you daily content here at the Heat Report, whether it be videos like this. Watch parties will be live tomorrow against the Pistons for that first game of the NBA Cup. So make sure you're subscribed and make sure you join us for our watch parties going forward.